If you are a senior and you are listening to me right now, I want you to picture something very real. You open your cupboard in the morning and there they are, bottles and bottles of pills, one for blood pressure, one for cholesterol, one for sleep, something for pain, something for the stomach because of the other pills. You circle your calendar with doctor's appointments, you carry a little bag just for medication when you leave the house, and yet you still feel tired. Your joints still ache, your energy is low, you wake up and think, why do I feel older than my age? I want to say something that may surprise you. Your body is not broken. It is overloaded and undernourished. Inside you right now, there is an internal doctor working every second. Your liver, your kidneys, your immune system, your lymph, your nervous system. Billions of cells repairing, cleaning, defending you without you even asking. The problem is not that this doctor has stopped working. The problem is that almost no one gives it the simple tools it needs to do its job. We drown it in sugar, stimulants, processed foods, and then we ask pills to do what only the body itself can truly do. Today, I want to show you something very simple and very beautiful. One daily drink with 2 gentle variations. No magic, no extremes. Just a quiet way to help your body activate its own natural repair processes again. When you understand how to use this, you don't feel like you are fighting your body anymore. You feel like you are finally working with it. And before we go on, I'd love to invite you into something special. If you would like me to send you a small gift that will complete what I'm going to share with you in this video, go down to the comments and write, "I want to improve my health." When I see your message, I'll send it to you. Now stay with me, because what you choose to drink every day may quietly change how your body heals itself for the rest of your life. For many years now, I have watched something very quiet and very dangerous happen to our seniors. Little by little, pill by pill, people begin to live on prescriptions instead of on true nourishment. One pill for pressure, another for sugar, another for pain, then something to help you sleep because the other pills keep you wired. And then something to protect your stomach from all of it. And the strangest part is this: the more medications people take, the less healthy they often feel. They tell me, "Barbara, I'm doing everything my doctor says, but I don't feel well. I'm taking more medicine than ever, but I feel weaker, not stronger." And I look at them and I can see it so clearly. They are being managed, but not restored. Modern medicine is very good at silencing alarms. Pain goes quiet. Numbers look better on paper. Symptoms become softer. But silencing an alarm is not the same as fixing the fire. Most pills do not rebuild anything. They do not clean the blood. They do not nourish the cells. They do not teach the body how to function better again. They simply block a signal. And inside you, something very different is trying to work. You have what I gently call your internal doctor, your immune system that recognizes threats, your liver that filters poisons from your blood, your kidneys that clean and balance your fluids, your lymphatic system that carries away waste, your cells that know exactly how to repair when they are properly supported. This internal doctor has healed every cut you've ever had. It has fought every cold you survived. It has repaired bones, skin, nerves, tissue. It has never stopped working. What it is missing is the raw material. Your body is not asking for more chemicals. It is asking for the raw materials to do its job. Clean water, real minerals, natural anti-inflammatory compounds, gentle plant signals that tell the body it's safe to repair now. So many seniors today are over-medicated and undernourished at the same time. Their bodies are trying to heal in a desert without the basic building blocks they need. And when you understand this, a great weight lifts off your heart, because you realize something very important: you were never failing. Your body was never broken. It was simply trying to heal without being fed. Now let me gently show you how healing really works inside your body, in a way no one ever explains in simple terms. Most chronic problems in seniors come from just a few quiet patterns that build slowly over time. Low-grade inflammation that never fully switches off, toxins that the body cannot completely eliminate fast enough, blood that becomes thicker and slower instead of clean and flowing, and a body that is simply dehydrated at a cellular level even if you drink some water. Inflammation is not always loud. Sometimes it doesn't feel like pain at first. It feels like stiffness in the morning, heavy legs in the afternoon, a foggy head, slow digestion, eyes that tire quickly. Toxins don't knock on the door either. They arrive quietly through food, stress, medications, plastics, and even shallow breathing. If your liver and kidneys are overloaded, these wastes stay in the blood longer than they should. And thick blood that slows everything. Oxygen moves slower. Nutrients arrive later. Waste leaves more slowly. Then dehydration quietly makes it all worse. You can drink water every day and still be dehydrated where it matters most, inside your cells, because without minerals and proper balance, the water cannot enter the cells where repair happens. Now here is the part that changes everything. There is a huge difference between controlling symptoms and restoring function. When you control symptoms, you quiet the warning signs. Pain is muted, pressure is lowered, sugar is pushed down, but the internal environment stays the same. When you restore function, something very different happens. The blood becomes cleaner, inflammation softens, cells receive what they need to rebuild, waste begins to move out instead of staying stuck. Let me give you a simple picture. Imagine a group of tiny workers inside your body trying to rebuild a damaged house, but there is no clean water. No bricks, no tools, no electricity. No matter how skilled those workers are, they cannot repair anything in that condition. That is exactly what happens inside the body when there is inflammation, toxicity, thick blood, and dehydration. Your cells want to repair. They are designed to repair, but they cannot do it without supplies. And this is where the drink comes in. Water is not just something to quench thirst. It is the delivery system of your entire body. When you use the right water with the right natural elements at the right time of day, something beautiful happens. The internal terrain begins to change. Blood flows more freely, waste moves more easily, inflammation calms, cells receive what they have been missing. You don't force healing, you create the conditions for healing. And when the conditions are right, the body remembers exactly what to do. Now, I want to make something very clear and very gentle in your heart. This daily drink does not cure diseases. It does something far more important than that. It changes the environment inside your body. And when the environment changes, the body changes with it. Healing is not a switch you force on. It is a process that begins when the right conditions are finally present. Think of this drink as a way of preparing the soil, not forcing the flower to grow. There are 3 quiet principles behind it. First, real hydration, not just water in the mouth, but water that actually enters the cells. The kind of hydration that loosens thick blood, moves lymph, softens stiff tissues, and wakes up tired organs. Second, gentle minerals and antioxidants, not harsh, concentrated chemicals, but natural signals that the body recognizes instantly. Signals that say, you're safe, you can repair now. These compounds calm inflammation, protect cells from damage, and support the small electrical processes that keep your nerves, muscles, and organs communicating properly. And third, subtle anti-inflammatory and detoxification signals, not violent cleansing, not aggressive flushing, just a steady reminder to the liver, the kidneys, and the lymph that it is time to gently move things out. Let me give you a picture that I often share with my students. Imagine a beautiful pond. At one time it was clear. The fish were healthy, the plants were vibrant. Then slowly, over years, the water became dirty, waste built up, algae bloomed. The fish became weak and slow. Now, you don't heal that pond by giving the fish medicine. You heal the pond by changing the water. When clean water enters quietly every day, the murkiness slowly clears, the oxygen returns, the plants revive. And without forcing anything, the fish begin to live again. That is exactly what happens inside the human body. When you clean the river, the banks start to heal on their own. This drink is not about fighting your body, it is about changing the river it lives in. And once you understand that, everything we're about to do from here forward begins to feel natural, gentle, and deeply logical. Now let me show you how we begin this quiet change. Now let me introduce the first and most important drink of all. I call it healing morning water, because this is the glass that gently wakes up your internal doctor. This is the drink that prepares your whole system for repair before the noise of the day begins. The recipe is very simple, and that's exactly why it works. You will need 1 large glass of clean room temperature water, not cold, not hot, just gentle on the body. Then you add the juice of half a fresh lemon. That gives the water a soft acidic signal that the liver recognizes instantly. Next, a tiny pinch of natural sea salt, just a pinch, not for flavor but for minerals. And finally, 1 very simple plant support, a few thin slices of fresh ginger. That's it, nothing exotic, nothing expensive, nothing aggressive, but the effect on the body is profound. When you drink this in the morning, something very specific begins to happen. Your liver wakes up and starts releasing the waste it held overnight. Your kidneys receive a signal to begin gentle filtration. The lymphatic system, which has no pump of its own, finally gets the hydration it needs to move, and the blood becomes slightly thinner, allowing oxygen and nutrients to travel more easily. Many people tell me the same thing after just a few days. My face looks less puffy, my fingers feel less stiff, my head feels clearer in the morning. I don't feel that heavy fog when I wake up. Let me tell you about one man who touched my heart deeply. He was in his early 70s. Every morning started the same way. Coffee first, then pills, then more coffee, and still he felt exhausted before the day even began. He told me, "Barbara, I feel like I'm awake but not alive." I asked him to change just one thing before coffee, before food, before anything else, this 1 glass. At first he didn't believe it mattered. But after 2 weeks he came back and said something that stayed with me. "I still wake up tired, but now I wake up lighter." After 1 month he told me he no longer needed 3 cups of coffee just to feel human. His digestion had improved, his belly was flatter, and most importantly, his mornings no longer felt like a battle. Now here's how you take this drink properly. You drink it on an empty stomach, right after waking up, before breakfast, before coffee, before medications. If your doctor allows, 1 glass is enough. You do not need to flood your body, then you wait at least 20 minutes before eating. This creates a clean internal pathway for the organs to begin their work without interference. And here are the signs that tell you it is working. Your digestion becomes smoother, you feel less bloated after meals, your hands and feet feel warmer, your morning heaviness begins to fade. This is not stimulation, this is activation. Your body is not being pushed, it is being invited. And once this simple foundation is in place, the body becomes ready for something even deeper. Now let me show you the second drink. Now we move into the second drink. This one is lighter. It is not for waking the organs, it is for keeping the river moving. I call this one the midday circulation drink. This is the glass that prevents the crash, the glass that keeps the blood flowing. The glass that helps your brain stay awake without forcing it, and again, the recipe is simple. Because your body responds best to simple, you take 1 glass of clean water. You add the juice of 1/4 of a lemon or lime, just enough to wake the circulation gently. Then you add half a teaspoon of raw honey, not for sweetness, but as a signal for the blood. And finally, a tiny pinch of cinnamon. That's all. No machines, no powders, no supplements. This drink works on 3 quiet levels. First, it supports circulation. Not fast, not aggressively, but steadily. It helps prevent the blood from becoming thick and sluggish, something that happens very easily as we age. Second, it balances blood sugar. This is very important for seniors who feel weak, shaky, dizzy, or foggy before meals. The small amount of honey stabilizes the system instead of shocking it. And third, it feeds mental clarity, because when oxygen and nutrients reach the brain smoothly, the fog begins to lift. Let me share a small story with you. A woman in her late 60s once told me, "Barbara, I feel like my brain is wrapped in cotton. She could still function, she could still talk, she could still move, but everything felt slow, muted, delayed." I asked her to add this one small glass at mid-morning. Not as a miracle, just as a daily signal. After 3 weeks, she said, "I still have slow days, but they no longer scare me." Her words came easier, her focus lasted longer, and the frightening mental haze no longer ruled her entire day. Now here is when to take this drink. You do not take it early in the morning. That is for the healing water. You take this one mid-morning or just before noon, usually 2 to 3 hours after breakfast, long before lunch. 1 glass, slow sips, no rush. And I want you to understand something very important. This is not a miracle juice. This is not a dramatic intervention. This is a daily signal. A signal that tells the body, stay open, stay flowing, stay awake. And when circulation stays open, healing becomes possible everywhere else. Now that we've supported filtration in the morning and circulation during the day, there is one more drink left, and this one is the most gentle of all. It is the drink that tells the body it is finally safe to rest. Let me show you that one next. Now we arrive at something very important, because everything I've shared so far can be quietly undone by just a few daily liquid habits, and most seniors don't even realize they're doing this to themselves. Let me gently show you the 4 liquid habits that silently sabotage healing. The first one is sugary soft drinks and fruit juices. They look harmless, they sound healthy, they even say vitamin on the label, but what they truly deliver is sugar without structure, sugar without fiber, sugar without minerals. This kind of liquid sugar spikes the blood, thickens the terrain inside the body, feeds inflammation, and starves the cells of real nourishment. You cannot wash the organs with syrup. The second habit is daily alcohol, just 1 little glass, because the doctor said it's good for the heart. What no one tells you is that alcohol forces the liver to stop everything else it was doing, just to detoxify the alcohol. So while you sleep, instead of repairing tissue, filtering waste, calming inflammation, your liver is busy putting out a chemical fire. 1 glass may look small in your hand, but inside the body it changes the entire night. The third habit is late day caffeine, coffee after lunch, black tea in the evening, even chocolate at night. These do not just stimulate the mind, they stimulate the nervous system long after you feel the taste is gone. And when the nervous system stays alert, the immune system cannot switch fully into repair mode. Your body cannot heal while it is still being told to stay awake. And the fourth habit is one of the most common of all, not drinking enough water during the day, and then flooding the body with several big glasses at night. This disrupts sleep. It weakens mineral balance. It forces the kidneys to work when they should be resting. Healing happens in rhythm, not in sudden emergency flooding. And this is the truth I want you to gently sit with. You cannot ask your body to heal while you are feeding it what makes it sick. Not with judgment, not with guilt, just with awareness. Because the moment you replace what harms with what supports, your body does not hesitate, it begins to repair. Quietly, constantly, faithfully. And that is the miracle most people never see. Not because it does not exist, but because they never stop drowning it out. Now let me tell you what usually happens when a senior truly commits to this ritual. Not for 3 days, not for 1 week, but for 30, 60, 90 days. Because real healing is not dramatic, it is cumulative. During the first week, most people notice something very gentle. Not fireworks, not miracles, just a little more lightness in the body. Digestion feels calmer, the morning feels less heavy, the head feels a little clearer. Some even say, "I don't feel younger, I just feel less blocked." Then, during weeks 2 and 3, something deeper begins to change. Inflammation starts to quiet down. Joint pain begins to soften. Morning stiffness loosens its grip. And something very important happens in the mind. Clarity returns in small moments. The fog lifts a little faster. The fear loosens a little more. And then between the first and third month, many seniors describe something beautiful. They stop saying, "I'm falling apart," and start saying, "I feel like I function again." They lean less emotionally on pills. They trust their body a little more. They feel steady inside instead of fragile. And this is the truth I want you to hear with your whole heart. You are not too old to heal. You are just starting to give your body the chance. Healing is not reserved for the young. It belongs to anyone who finally stops fighting their body and starts working with it. Now, if you would like me to send you the small gift that goes along with this ritual, just write in the comments, "I want to improve my health." I read the comments, and when I see that phrase, I send the gift to you. And if this video touched you, helped you, or gave you even a small sense of hope, please gently tap the like button. It helps this message reach other seniors who are still living from prescription to prescription. Subscribe if you want more guidance like this. And share this with one senior you care about, someone who feels trapped by pills but still wants to feel alive. And now, before I go, I want you to imagine something with me. Tomorrow morning you stand in your kitchen, the light is soft, the house is quiet. You hold your glass of water, not as medicine, not as punishment, but as cooperation. You take a slow sip, and for the first time in a long time you feel like you are finally working with your body, not against it. And that, my dear friend, is where healing truly begins.